What's up, guys? My name is Saget, and today we're playing our Week 2 match for Season 8 of the Springfield Battle League. Before I get into the matchup, let's take a quick look at the league standings. As you can see, we are currently in 15th in the standings after our loss last week to Cyber. Last week was pretty interesting as we saw some underdogs win, and so the standings are at a pretty unique spot right now, in my opinion. It's kind of unusual to see names like J-Dog and Shrug towards the bottom of the standings. In addition to that, the rookie, Wiki, is all the way up at spot number 2. But less surprising, Joel is at number 1. That's where he started last season, where he remained for over half of the regular season, so not too shocked to see him start this season there as well. As far as the statistical leaderboards go, Landorus leads the league in KOs despite losing last week, as well as our very own Dragapult being tied for 4th, also despite the loss. In KD, which is in my opinion the more important stat, 5 Pokemon are tied for 1st, all of them coming from winning teams. While the Pokemon of the Week has not officially been announced yet, that's something that happens every week for SBL. A Pokemon that has a strong performance gets nominated, and then everyone in the league votes for who they think should be Pokemon of the Week. Like I said, it's not officially been announced for Week 1, but it's looking like Chen is going to be taking that after a really strong performance last week. And it's also one of those 5 Pokemon that is tied for 1st in KD, so I think it's pretty deserving. Last thing before I get into the matchup, I made a swap going into this week. Galarian Slowbro became available, and so I decided to drop Sceptile in order to get it. Sceptile definitely synergized pretty well with the team. It's kind of unfortunate I never got to show it off. I had some strategies in mind for it that I thought were going to be really cool. But I really wanted Galarian Slowbro during draft, and I wasn't able to get it because it was taken quite early. But I decided to go for it once it became available. Galarian Slowbro gives me another poison type, which is really important for the team. We've got a lot of fairy weaknesses, especially with our main 2 in Chien-Pao and Dragapult, so having a somewhat bulky poison type, Galarian Slowbro isn't that bulky, but it'd get the job done, definitely on a switch in. It's going to be huge. And another thing is it gives me a counter to Trick Room teams, which, as you all saw last week, is a big struggle for my team. So welcome to the team, Slowbro. I will say this puts Muck in kind of a weird spot. Not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with it long term, but for now I'm going to hang on to it. I definitely thought about swapping it going into week 3, but I think I decided I'm going to hang on to it. If it changes, if that changes, you will know next week. For week 2, we are up against 55th Street, coached by Tzim. I am up 3-0 against Tzim lifetime, but that does not tell the story of our matchup. All of the sets that we played went to the most possible games, so we played once in Season 4.5 in the Cup. That went to Game 5. And then we played in the regular season in Seasons 5 and 6, and those both went to 3 games. And particularly that one in Season 6, I genuinely think I played maybe the best set I ever have, and I still only won by the smallest margin. Like, it was so close. It was crazy. So this definitely won't be a walk in the park, and you know, he's a very formidable player, especially considering the team that he built. Looking at the team, first up we've got Landorus. Landorus is a huge threat offensively with those sheer force boosted attacks. Luckily, it mostly takes advantage of that slightly lower special attack stat, but it is just fast enough to be pretty threatening, especially with those Prankster Tailwinds coming from Tornadus, and it's fairly bulky, so Tornadus is a huge threat, just hits so hard and has great all-around stats. And as I just mentioned, Tornadus does the exact same thing it does in VGC. It's got Prankster and some great support moves, pretty solid bulk. And yeah, it's going to set up Tailwind, Rain Dance, it's going to taunt things, you know, all the usual things. And on top of that, it does hit pretty hard in its own right. Next up is Politoed, which really is just there to set up the rain, but also it's very bulky, you got some great support options, and with the rain setup, it does hit pretty hard in its own right. With his 4th pick, Tzim took Overquill, which is one of my favorite Pokemon. I used it in Season 6, and yeah, it's just an all-around beast. Great all-around stats, bulky, hits hard, It has 2 really viable abilities. If it has Swift Swim, it of course is going to be outspeeding pretty much anything. And if it doesn't go with Swift Swim, it can also run Intimidate, which a lot of my team has things to limit Intimidate's usefulness, but Chien-Pao in particular will struggle against that if it ends up being brought. Next is Dipplin. Dipplin is incredibly bulky, and it's just a difficult to deal with utility Pokemon. It's got Pollen Puff, things of that nature. It's got the ability that I want to say lowers evasiveness, and also a move that I think lowers speed. I don't know. It's a newer Pokemon, so really I should probably know these things. I've got a general idea of how it plays, and also it's 4 times weak to Ice, so I think we've got some pretty good counters to that, but I am still going to be wary of it. Next is Reuniclus, which I really don't feel all that threatened by. It's not very bulky. It's slow. I don't think this will be the week for Trick Room, and honestly, I feel like since you have Tornadus on deck, most weeks aren't going to be the week for Trick Room. But I understand if you are trying to counter a Trick Room team, Reuniclus could be great. But for my team specifically, I'm not that worried about it. Similarly, Lantern, I'm not very concerned with. It could actually be a pretty solid counter to Inteleon, but if he doesn't call that, then I don't expect to see it. And honestly, even if he does call that, I feel like I'd rather see a Lantern than something like a Revavroom, which we will talk to pretty shortly. Third in a row in terms of Pokemon that I'm not that worried about is Emboar. I just don't think it really is that good into my team. It does have super effective stab into Chien-Pao, but I feel like Chien-Pao is frail enough that you don't need fighting moves to really take care of it. And it's just weakened by the rain, but who knows, maybe it'll come and prove me wrong. But again, like I said with Lantern, if that happens, I almost feel happy because I'm not seeing one of these other Pokemon that are going to be really tough to deal with. Next up is Revavroom, which honestly is one of the Pokemon I'm more scared about seeing. I think the strategy I've got works really well against all of these Pokemon, except for Revavroom and to a lesser extent Overqwil. It's just got a great defensive typing. It's just fast enough to where you could Scarf it and it'll really outspeed everything, or you just use its signature move to get that speed boost and it'll outspeed everything. And the attack stat, I mean, it's pretty high. The bulk is pretty average, maybe even slightly below average, but you know, with the great defensive typing, you just got to play around that ground weakness and it'll be no problem. And then lastly is Furret. Furret was a Pokemon that I really strongly considered taking before I landed on Magmortar, and I think for the points, it is one of the most valuable Pokemon in the league. You may think I'm crazy for that, but I have seen Furret take down single-handedly a team's ace a couple seasons ago, so Furret is just a really high-value pick, and it'll be a little scary to deal with if it comes. You know, not super scary, but of course, you know, it could give him that 1 or 2 turns that are needed to take over the game. So yeah, that's his team. I'm really expecting to probably see those first 4 in pretty much every game, maybe a Dipplin, but I think the 4 times ice weakness really makes it a liability against Chien-Pao. The Pokemon I'm most worried about is Revavroom. It's just a sleeper. The fact that it does really well into the strategy I built is not something that would be obvious for him to see, but if he does end up bringing it, then it'll be really nice as a counter into the strategy that I end up using. So that being said, let's get into my team. So first up, as always, I've got Chien-Pao. I'm running a Focus Sash set. Ooh, tongue twister. And I'm running Terra Flying, mostly just to maybe save myself a turn against Landorus. I don't feel like the Terra is super important here, but, you know, I just decided to go with Flying in case of emergency. As far as movesets, I've got Ice Spinner, Crunch, Sucker Punch, and Protect. I've got both of the dark moves. I really don't feel like I need any coverage. Sacred Sword doesn't do anything huge for me here, so I just decided I'd go with Crunch and Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is probably going to be pretty important if I end up getting outsped due to those Prankster Tailwinds. As far as build, I've gone max attack like usual. I've gone enough speed to outspeed, I want to say max Landorus, maybe Tornadus. I'm definitely outspeeding one of his Pokemon that are the huge threats. And then I poured the rest into special defense just because I think special is where his team really hits, except for Overqwil and Revavroom, which I'm thinking are not going to be the biggest threats. They're definitely Pokemon that I'm going to be careful about, but I'm really more concerned about Landorus and Tornadus. Next up is Dragapult. I've gone with a Life Orb set and Terra Ghost, just like last week. At least the Terra, not the item, but I digress. I've gone with Dragon Darts, Terra Blast, Dragon Cheer, and Protect. I really felt like Dragapult was not the central point of my strategy this week, but obviously it's still great to have. It hits really hard and it's going to outspeed pretty much everything. Dragon Cheer is there to support one of my other Pokemon that we will come up on pretty shortly, but yeah, I think Dragapult's going to be really useful here. I don't think there are going to be many weeks where it's not useful, but we will see what kind of work it puts in. I'm really going to be relying more on this next Pokemon if everything goes my way. Next up, making his debut is Lucario. I'm running Air Balloon with Terra Normal and Inner Focus. So if he's running the standard Landorus set, which is Earth Power, Sandsear Storm, Sludge Bomb, and Protect, that's what he ran last week, then before Terra, it is impossible for Lucario to be damaged by Landorus, which is huge. Because really what I want to do here is set this Pokemon up. I've got Bullet Punch, Extreme Speed, Swords Dance, and Protect, so I'm going to set him up with a Swords Dance or one of the other options that you will see shortly. And then just Terra Normal, Extreme Speed, and kill everything. With Chien-Pao out, that'll definitely OHKO pretty much anything. And I've got a couple of other Pokemon coming up with Helping Hand that will also give it the boost needed to OHKO, anything you can think of except Revavroom. Revavroom really counters this, A, because it resists both Bullet Punch and Extreme Speed, and B, because the Pokemon that I'm using to help set Lucario up is weak to both of Revavroom's stabs, and it hits hard enough to OHKO on the physical side. Also making his debut is Inteleon. I've gone with a Scope Lens Terra Water set with Sniper. This is really here to counter the rain if it ends up becoming a problem, and honestly it's just a good Pokemon in general to have with Sniper and Scope Lens and one Dragon Cheer boost. I have guaranteed crits with Snipe Shot and 50% crits with both of my other moves, and if I get 2 Dragon Cheers, which I don't see being that likely, but who knows, I will have guaranteed crits on every single move. And with Sniper, it's going to be hitting really hard, and if Rain's up, I will probably OHKO anything, even through resists. So yeah, it's, if I get this thing positioned right, I think I can just take off with the game. As far as the set, I've gone max special attack and enough speed to outspeed, I think, Landorus. It's less speed than Chien-Pao and Dragapult. These are things I probably should know right now, but it's been a while since I actually built this team. I build my teams really early, so anyway, yeah, there's Inteleon. Up next is Alchemy, which I've given a Kibia Berry and the Ghost Terra and Aroma Veil. So this really is the central part of my strategy with Lucario. If I lead this and Lucario, this can survive a hit from pretty much anything except Revavroom, and I think maybe a double from both Overqwil and Landorus. But even then, if I Terra, I might be able to live that double, so I've given it Energy Ball, Decorate, Light Screen, and Helping Hand. Energy Ball is there for Politoed, and that's pretty much it. This thing is not here to do damage at all. With the Aroma Veil, it blocks Tornadus' taunt, so it guarantees not only can I live pretty much anything, and I can't be taunted, so if I lead this next to Lucario, I can Decorate, and then I'll have the +2 boost to my attack, and Lucario will be completely safe. And then next turn, depending on how much health I have, I can either Light Screen or maybe Helping Hand to guarantee an OHKO. As far as build, I've gone max Special Bulk with 4 of my remaining EVs in defense. Really, I just need this thing to live a Landorus Sludge Bomb. That's the top priority. And then I also made sure that I can live Overqwil's Poison Jab. If it goes Gunk Shot, I believe I can I can definitely live with the Kibia Berry or a Terra. Like I said, the only huge problem is Revavroom. If he leads Revavroom and goes for Iron Head, then I'm in trouble. Lastly, I decided to go with Torracat with the Eviolite and Intimidate, with the Terra of Bug, which I don't think will be that relevant, but I just threw it on there anyway. I gave it a full utility set of Fake Out, Helping Hand, Parting Shot, and U-Turn. I felt like Fake Out was really valuable in this matchup with how fast his team's going to be. If I can get my boost up on Lucario and then bring in a Fake Out, that pretty much guarantees me something on the next turn. Helping Hand's also going to be huge. And Parting Shot and U-Turn. I originally had Leech Life in the spot of U-Turn, but I was a little concerned that I might see maybe a Clear Amulet on Overquill or something like that. And so I decided to just put U-Turn on there as well. And who knows, maybe I'll need that damage to go with my pivot. Really, I think for both Alchemy and Torracat, the real moves that are important are like the big ones I'm going to be using: Decorate and Fake Out. As far as build, same idea as before. I went max special bulk and put the rest in defense. Just wanted to make sure I could survive as many hits from Landorus as possible. Also, having that special bulk is going to be pretty big against Tornadus. So yeah, that's the team. I'm hoping that this works out. I think the strategy's really cool. Not to toot my own horn, but it's pretty unique. It took me a long time to think of it. I actually didn't even realize that this was going to be a viable strategy until I read exactly what Aroma Veil does. But yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the battle. So I'm really hoping to not see Revavroom. If I don't see Revavroom, I am chilling. If I do see Revavroom, I've got to be kind of careful, kind of hope that he doesn't identify my strategy. There is Revavroom. There's no Politoed. Very interesting. Let me turn down the sound just a little bit. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, let's see what he brought. Focus Sash. Oh! That's a weird set. Okay. He's got Covert. He does have Protect there, but he's got no Protect here. Oh, it's a Sand Week. Rocky Helmet for it. Revavroom. Okay. Choice Scarf with Intimidate. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. These are good sets. Gosh. I'm gonna try my original planned lead. Just because I still think relying on the Tailwind here is probably the move. But if it's a double, if it's Revavroom and Overquill, I probably lose off rip. Just saying. And Lucario, and let's go with in the back. I think Dragapult and probably Chien-Pao, right? This isn't the best into Overquill, but everything else I feel pretty comfortable into, so that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, perfect. Perfect, honestly. So you're probably going to go with Sandstorm. Honestly, I feel really good just going for Decorate and Protect here. I can't really be touched. What's your Terra? Your Terra's a rock. Oh, those are good Terras. I didn't think about that. So let's go with Decorate and Protect. I turned my mouse on this week. I thought it was kind of weird watching back last week's where like I was hovering over things, but you couldn't see my mouse. It was probably a little distracting. Okay, there's Overquill. Protect. Nice. I mean, that's really lucky. So we are in a great spot right now. You're I think I'm guaranteed a kill into the overquill slot, pretty much. Yep. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. Just Helping Hand, Terra Normal, E-Speed into that slot. His only recourse would be if he has Revavroom in the back. That would be bad. Okay, another really lucky miss. Okay, there's Lando. So I expect we'll probably see a Terra this turn. If you Terra, and I get another +2, Bullet Punch will do it. If you don't Terra, will it do it? With a Helping Hand? It'll be pretty damn close. So I'm going to try to bait out the Terra this turn. And just because he can't really do anything to stop it, I'm feeling like I may as well go for... Decorate. Okay, we get a Protect. Sandstorm. Interesting. Okay. Now, would a Brick Break kill me? It would not. So I'm feeling pretty good about going for... If he tears E-Speed does 60 to 70. Oh, it's going to be close. If I Helping Hand, does that kill? No. And I need a double anyway. I think I'll go for the double. Yep. Tailwind. Brick Break. We're going to hang on. And there's the Energy Ball. Looks great. Alright, great start. Although... okay, that is what I don't like to see. How many turns do I have left from Sandstorm damage? Like a couple. What's your Terra type? Fire. Helping Hand. Helping Hand E-Speed kills. I think that's what I go for. Oh wow, okay. That's a lot bulkier than I thought it'd be. Okay, so we're back to a 2-on-2. This is definitely very scary. Shoot, man, okay. Will a Sucker Punch kill? It will. I almost feel like I have to protect this turn. Just double. My Sash is going to go to waste, but... Yeah, that's definitely my move. I double, and then next turn, Sucker Punch, Revavroom. Although, let me make sure that this is calced properly. So this is a very defensive Revavroom. I'm thinking it's probably something like... Let's see, it did... %81. Holy smokes, this thing is bulky as hell. Okay, wow, that was a minimum roll. Okay, but Sucker will still 1000% kill here. So yeah, I'm gonna double. Yep. Good. Okay, now this turn I Sucker and Dragon Darts. Oh, that sucks, dude. Yeah, that was an unfortunate last turn, but I think I had that in the bag regardless, so on to game 2. Loki, I think Torracat and Inteleon is a great lead here. He's gonna play around Lucario really hard. Excuse me. So let's go Torracat and Inteleon. And probably Chien-Pao and Dragapult. I don't feel great about that. Okay, whoa. Is Follow Me the same level of priority as Fake Out? So Fake Out will go before anything here. So I definitely just Fake Out this slot. And Terra Water Snipe Shot kills Furret, and with a crit will kill... Or wrong thing. Oh shit, that was with Terra. With a crit will kill Reuniclus. So I don't really want to burn my Terra this early, but I think that's what I have to do. Because he could just double protect. No, he's not going to call that. What set is this? Is this max bulk? That's not even max bulk. Yep. Oh, you didn't protect for it. Yeah, great call. Dang, dude, I really said like 15 seconds ago, he's not going to call that. What the hell? So if I get a crit, Terra, Muddy Water, I think this is my course of action here. Oh wow, that did not hit for shit. Okay, now I'm in trouble. Okay, but am I in trouble though? Like, is this thing gonna hit? I think I just attack on this turn. Like, I'm not under that much pressure. I think I go Dragon Darts and Muddy Water. Yep. Oh, great turn. Great turn. Okay, okay. Now I feel great. Okay, there's the issue. But I still feel like I am putting on a lot more pressure than he is. Right. Dragon Darts and Snipe Shot. I probably can die on this turn. I probably can lose both my guys on this turn. No, I think for sure I Dragon Darts. Can Dragon Darts kill you? No. But I can definitely kill you. And I'm guaranteed crits on Snipe Shot. Take away crit. Okay, I think I go for that again. Okay. Okay. Alright. 3 turns left of Trick Room. Okay, that's a big Intimidate. He can still one-shot me. And so can you. I think I protect. And did somebody protect last turn? No, both attacked. Energy Ball and Terra Blast. Okay, okay, here's what I do. I protect and I Parting Shot. Nice. Great turn. Bring in Club Penguin. And now Trick Room's going to be over next turn. We just go for Switch and Protect. Yep, there's Furret. Terra Fighting? Oh, I see, for the Terra Blast. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm expecting a double protect here. Just in case, though, I'm still going to go for protect or fake out and crunch. Okay. Okay, now I'm actually in kind of a scary situation. Yeah, and I'm sub 100% too. I think I killed the wrong Pokemon. I think I should have done fake out and kill. Damn it. Okay. Okay. There's a way through this. That's with crit on. Holy shit. There's a way through this, I think. If I double that slot, is that... No, 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 no. I definitely take this more carefully. Parting Shot. And protect. Yep. You're probably going for Trick Room now, which is bad. Okay. Okay, no, we're fine. We are fine. So now I can freely Dragon Darts. If you protect, then you will die. And let's see, Dragon Darts is going to do... Damn, I might still lose this. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we lived. That's huge. Okay. I fake out and crunch. All right. Okay. Yeah, that went pretty well. Game 1 especially was really nice. Game 2, I think I pivoted really well around the threats. I'm going to go ahead and say good games here. Yeah, and I think I recognized when that first trick room went up, like, I have more pressure here. He has to bring something in to put on pressure, so even though I'm going to be slower than everything, it's in my favor to just attack. So yeah, good games to Tzim, obviously. I think he brought some really interesting sets, and it really put me on the back foot. Let's see. And also, really great call out on turn 1 of this game with the Super Fang. I literally seconds before that, I was like, nah, he's not going to call that. And then he did. So, yeah, good games. And see you guys next week.